Perfect. I think.
Hello, everyone.
I think we're here. Hey, okay. Looks like my chat is broken again. Sweet.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
It's a good start.
Sound check
But
for
hey.
anybody on my end. Just you know, give us a heads up if things are not working.
Yeah.
How things look good on your end? They look decent on my end, from what I can tell.
Yeah, you seem to be fine.
Yeah.
You're looking dashing, by the way.
Dashing?
Dashing.
Thank you. Thank you. I did actually kind of clean up before stream. I did shave a little bit. And
Yeah.
I need to actually shave my head, like get rid of all my fro, but I wanted the face to feel nice at least.
It's important to look your best.
Yeah, give me a second. I have to do the thing, Gray.
Yeah,
I have to do the thing. Give me the actual time, please.
You'll never know.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. That guy is great. No, that way. That guy is Grayson Allen UFO, and I am Smo79 here on a wonderful Friday evening with her story. It is currently a 10:11 p.m. on the Eastern Coast, which makes it an 8:11 over on the mountainside where the Graylien is. It is currently the 15th of December, and it is a cool 40 degrees Fahrenheit over in the ATL area. How are you doing, Gray?
I am here. I don't know, doing all right.
That's good.
It's actually been a not so terrible Friday for me.
That's good.
I didn't have any crazy last minute shenanigans during work, so I actually got off, you know, slightly after 5, which is not bad.
Yeah.
So even had time to make a real dinner, so I was happy.
Nice.
Yeah, how are you doing aside from your incredibly just the finest weather you're having from the sounds of it?
It has been a weird week, but today has actually been going really well. I did go out and kind of drive around with Angelo for a bit and just kind of get out of the house for a little bit. And then when I got back home, my dad brought some Panera bread, and I ate a couple of those sandwiches, threw it in the toaster oven. It was good. And then I played Monster Hunter World with Generosity and Winter, and it was a good time.
That's good. Jolly time had by all, I'm sure.
Yeah, I actually, I really feel like I like Monster Hunter World much more than Rise.
Rise was the one we played, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I know people say like it's like the slightly less good one. Like I don't know exactly in how or what ways, but you know.
Yeah, I mean it's more that World was the like console version of the game, whereas Rise is a Switch like original and then ported to PC, opposed to like made for PC and made for PlayStation 4 and made for Xbox kind of thing.
Okay, sure. So it's like it was like from just like the ground up, it was built like a slightly more limited frame, kind of.
Right. There are a lot of advancements as far as like quality of life stuff, which do seem to be going into the new Monster Hunter Wilds, which is really cool. But really as far as a more immersive and I don't know, just more fun and I don't know, it just feels much more succinct. World is the way to go, despite its little issues here and
there. Fair.
Yeah, and it was on sale. It's like, I think like $15-20 for that, for the original and the expansion. So
a king's ransom, to be sure.
But yeah, of course. But yeah, I'm here with you. I woke up thinking I wasn't gonna feel the best for streaming, and then throughout the day I was feeling better and better. So I'm here, excited for where this mystery will continue. How's the whiteboard looking?
I hope my whiteboard is ready. I hope everyone brought their notepads and their pipes. And if they have a spare Watson lying around, maybe have that on hand.
I have a hat on.
We're going to elementary school, as Holmes would say.
I have the modern equivalent to a pipe, I guess, and I'm good to go.
Perfect. Hope you have a stout whiskey, or I guess it's brandy. Probably is what detectives drink. I don't know.
If you would have let me know,
not entirely sure.
I would have grabbed a finger of two. Yeah.
Dylan says detective hat or crack pipe. Of course. Look, everyone knows that nothing solves mysteries like meth.
I got a baseball cap and some Weedos. What more do you want from me? Are you not entertained?
The tune says my pipe blows bubbles. Oh yeah, but hello to Dylan and Demon and Logan and Smo. Apparently Dylan. I'm sorry. I am sure he doesn't get that every single day of his life.
I know.
Jen is here too. I'm sorry. Watson, the room is spinning. But anyway, so I guess to catch everybody up on what happened last week, we're playing Her Story. I need to get my whiteboard out of my obnoxiously big whiteboard that I'm an idiot. But,
before you continue, Hatun says on my end, I'm pretty sure Gray has forgotten everything despite writing everything down.
No. I took careful notes. It says here that we're on the hunt for baby ghosts, as well as someone named Luigi.
I believe that was a Ouija board reference. Continue.
That can't be right. I see that apparently I'm starting a band called Blonde Wig Cat Flap. I'm sure
that's why the cat is in the search engine. I was like, why are we searching cat right now? And then you said cat flap, and I was like, oh right, the cat flap on the door to let the cat in and out. Got it.
Yeah. We found out by sheer happenstance that Blonde Wig is actually extremely pertinent to the story somehow.
Hi, Bay. How winter?
But I'm sure it's not Baby Shark. You know what, Dylan? everything's on the table. Jaws may have come back from the grave for the third time to enact revenge upon Simon. We just don't know yet. But yeah, so basically, last time, I mean, I guess the way the game basically works is that we have a series of like interviews that are kind of stored on this like computer database, and it's unclear exactly what time period like we because we as the player are a character in the game, and we're trying to solve our own identity as well. Like it's hard to tell like what year it is for us, but like these interviews took place, I believe, like in the 96 or 94 maybe.
The year wasn't on the clock 90, there?
It looks like it's 90. Well, the weird thing is actually I was going to say something about this. I checked before we started the stream. It's still the same date that it was last week, which is interesting. It's still 16/6/23.
So it's 2016 it looks like then?
Time is passing in a weird way that I'm trying to like it looks like it's about 7:20. So it's like I guess it's like an hour behind my actual time. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's the game not capturing my computer's time correctly or something.
No, I think it is. It is what is 6? It's not August, is it? August is
6 would be June, I believe.
So June 23rd, 2016.
Right. Well, I think it's June. Is that what it means? I thought it was June 16th of 2023. Wouldn't that be like the European reading of the time?
I think.
Or am I a wackadoodle? I don't know.
I think year is first.
No. Look, those backwards cave-dwelling Europeans don't understand how to write dates. Jaws 5 animated by Illum. Oh my gosh, I would watch it in a heartbeat. Jaws 4 was a cinema masterpiece. I don't care what anyone says.
Grayson, your bad taste is showing.
This is the backwards desert aliens. So rude. Definitely 2023 technology, Sissatoon. Everyone needs to back off. The hate-free stream. But anyway, so basically the sequence of events we've like learned so far is that like this woman or woman's her husband got killified. And apparently we as the police at the time could only think to interview her over and over again as far as gathering clues. And so we're basically scouring these interviews, like looking for hints of like what's happened to Simon Smith, as well as a Hannah Smith, as well as a person named Eve, who may or may not be in this situation.
Which may or may not be Hannah? No, not Hannah.
No, Hannah was the name of the... It's like, Hannah is the person they're interviewing.
No, okay, no. Hannah is the main... The original. Eve is the clone. The clone, or whatever, the twin, or whatever. But what was Eve's... alter ego at the bar?
Eve was possibly masquerading as somebody named Helen, according to my notes.
Okay. Because of the blonde wig is what the connection we're
right. Yeah, there seems to be something where like there was a lady named Helen who had blonde hair, except it might have been Eve in a wig, and it might have been who knows. But anyway, there's so many. Basically, we found a whole lot of threads last week, and we've gotten like zero resolution for any of it. We also listened to her play like a really weird hippy dippy murder song,
it was definitely
which I'm sure was a real toe tapper back in the 40s, but unfortunately she lives in the 90s, which was probably her first mistake. But apparently we searched up the word cat for reasons nobody could discern. But I guess there's new videos related to cats we could watch.
I think the first one in the middle was the last one we watched. So.
Right. So I guess what's the refresher on the 10 seconds?
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Right, that's where we got our sweet band name from.
Yep.
Blonde wig cat flap. In soon to be in record stores near you. Lowboom says, I read 16th of June 2023. I trust Lowboom with my life because Lowboom is affirming my beliefs.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, so let's...
No, they were shut. Most of the windows are really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Okay, so I think that's the other thing. Was like a lot of these interviews take place over like separate dates, and so they have to like kind of judge things based on, like what outfit she's wearing to kind of remember sort of some of the chronologically. Yeah. Look, I think wasn't there like a way to DB checker? Yeah, this is the total number of videos, by the way, and the red ones are the ones we have not seen yet. So there's. Yeah, basically you get like 20 the videos are like anywhere from like 5 seconds to 2 minutes, and we just try to like you have to like search up words to like find entries, and you just go through and watch. We try to like put together clues. It's so confusing, but it's like so fascinating.
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. We never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
Cat thin? Like I could see like, an above average size like doggy flap.
Right.
Could be accessed by a particularly determined person, but a cat flap, you'd have to be, I guess, a toddler maybe. Dylan says, "Why did you organize it chronological?" It said. Crotch on goggles. Shush. 47 seconds. What's this about your cat?
We learned together we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use.
Wow, see, you haven't said the knock code. Didn't somebody figure that out last time?
Radiator height or the attic floor.
Called my mother what?
Definitely mice. But they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
That's why they got the cat. We're learning all the rules. So they had a cat because they thought there was rats, but it was just a weirdo. Oh, I gotta wait. Hold on. I gotta make my notes. Rap tap tap. It's important. That's actually how every time there's been a knock code. Oops. I've been giving it its own like query tag. Make sure we can find it later.
The twin and the lol.
Yeah, Either that.
That's a little bit more appropriate than I'd like.
I mean, it works. I mean, look.
We loved our cat, Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Okay, so there's going to be weird words they use that are important.
Domino delivery.
Weirdo. Perfect. Okay, so possibly that whenever there might be a thing where like they use like words that don't quite sound right, and we have to like pay attention to those too. So, because I mean, I guess basically to catch people up as far as like what we possibly know is that Hannah and Eve are identical twins, or it's the same person and they have a split personality. It's really it's a little unclear at this point. Like, probably twins.
Given the tattoo, that way.
Right, like one of them seems to have a tattoo, one of them doesn't. but they also pretend to be the same person. They pretend to be each other, or maybe they, I don't know. I still think it's entirely possible that leprechauns are involved. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Okay, leprechauns.
I do want to, just for the heck, I want to Google Belle. Oh, there's a different video pops up. I'm sure it's not really related, but because the cat's Belle.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
Okay. Don't really fully know the context on that one, but that's something extra. We did have a whole list of words we found during the course of like last week we wanted to go through, I think. I guess
says
we just
Winter concurs with your leprechaun take, and Hatun says, could witchcraft be involved because British?
I mean, it does make sense. Everyone, like, I don't know if people realize this, like, but like 1 in 5 British people is actually a witch. According to a 2016 census taken. So it's entirely feasible. Hatun says, do you think her parents know about Eve? That's actually been a really interesting thing. And actually, that's probably the next thing we should look up is the midwife.
No, I was going to say, because she was the one that I guess predicated the whole thing by lying.
Well, maybe. Like, that's been like the weird thing is like there seems to be like this really unclear thing about like supposing Hannah and Eve are actually separate people. It's like, how did that happen, and why does nobody seem to know that there's 2 of them?
I
I think the midwife's name was Florence.
Yeah, go ahead and search it. Maybe the old video.
We might need to like rewatch that one video. Yeah. So this is the first video. So maybe let's rewatch this to get caught up on what happened exactly. I forgot Eve, because we were thinking this is Eve. I think we're deciding. At least like this particular outfit for sure is her.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Okay, so the midwife, so the parents didn't know about Eve, maybe.
Yeah, because, well, assumed dead.
Right. I'd more associate this with Norse alchemy. Sure. Does the cat deliver? Does Domino's deliver? Yeah, you know. Okay, so now we're going to get some more info about Florence, hopefully.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up.
Wow.
Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Okay. Oh, and there's the little flash of whoever we might be. Yeah, so this is explaining a lot. So Florence did take Eve. But at some point, Eve ended up back up with Hannah.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
This is getting us some actual context for once.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. All the papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there.
Name drop.
I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Okay.
Okay.
That's we're getting
just
somewhere.
more like, yeah, just backstory on.
Man, Hitoon's charging $50 for advice now. That's pretty tough in this economy, Hitoon.
What do you mean? That's
No.
A friend discount
It
me?
was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Yeah, like when you murdered your guy. Wait, no, Florence's ghost murdered him. That's what happened.
maybe we are Florence.
Yeah. All makes sense.
Now knowing how to use technology.
Yeah. But okay, so that did give us a little bit more context on Florence and exactly where Eve may or may not have come from. Interesting. So we also said the names of the people from the bar from way early on. We could look up. We could also try to look up more about their parents.
Wasn't there a gift involved or something like that during the birthday
Yeah,
celebration?
Yeah, I have the word present written down.
Okay.
Because there's something about like Simon gave one of them a gift, and one of them didn't like it, but one of them maybe liked it. So let's see what this. There's so many things going on in this game. It is kind of all over.
Whiskey Tourney.
It is indeed.
Do we? Yeah, never
It
mind.
wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been.
Oh, what was that?
No, I was just gonna say, do you want to watch the older ones as well? That first one.
Oh, sure, we could. I think that's probably the one that he gave
It was
us.
my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
Yeah, the way she phrased as that, like, as if like it wasn't actually her that received the present, but it was the other person, maybe.
Right. Okay. Yep.
So then there's this part.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
So it was probably engraved specifically like with Hannah's name, and then Eve didn't like that, maybe. Let's see what this. I'm just trying to like catch up on like what.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday, then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
Right. I forgot about the baby situation. That's a bunch of questions we need to ask as well, because one of the things is like either Hannah or Eve. No, Hannah got pregnant, but Eve seemed like she couldn't get pregnant. Maybe.
But
since it turns out you are ghost hunters, makes sense.
Put a pin in pregnant or baby for now.
Let me write some things down again.
Yeah, there's a detail I'm remembering that I don't know if I'm pulling from the really original playthrough I did back in, I don't know when is it right now?
Pregante.
Probably more than 10 years ago.
From a game that came out in 2015, that's impressive.
2015. Oh, okay, so less than 10 years ago. Shut up. I can't
math.
math.
Your math is solid.
Is it? I can't math. Your math.
It's at least a liquid.
Fair enough. Anyway, so yes, I don't know if I'm remembering that detail from there, and it's a spoiler, or we have gone through that detail.
Right.
So
I mean, I know there's details. There's been 2 babies in the story. There was an initial failure, I guess. There was a miscarriage, but then there's been a second pregnancy that seems to be successful. But it's Hannah who's pregnant, not Eve. Which is a problem if 2 people are pretending to be one man's wife, like, and only one of them's pregnant. That probably gets noticeable after a while. I don't know all the science of it, but I'm pretty sure people can tell when you're pregnant after a few months.
Right.
But okay, so let's see what this is about.
About 8 years back, it was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Yeah, sure. I think we just... Well, this is Eve, though, right? Because we determined Eve has the tattoo.
Right, that's why she was saying, like, oh, it sounds like she got...
They're, like, maybe, like, offering... Like, maybe, like, they asked her if she wanted one, but then she's like, oh, well, like, I probably shouldn't, but, like, I can have one. And I kind of am not really pregnant. I just have to pretend to be.
Write down coffee.
Oh, my gosh. It's fine.
Okay?
I knocked over everything with my stupid whiteboard.
Oh, okay.
I keep trying to set it out of the way, but... Okay. Let me write down coffee pregnant. That'll make sense later, trust me.
No, there's that's our first song title, our first single. Coffee Baby.
It's so much coffee.
Looks like we have an ad starting up on my end. See you guys in a bit.
Okay. Bye, Smo.
Okay. I think most of the people watching have a sub anyway, so hi guys. You guys didn't go anywhere. Anyway.
Wow. The most favorite watchers are still here, luckily, for this really important clip.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back.
Oh, good morning, Florence.
She put on my wig, some of my clothes.
Wait.
Pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. that unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Oh, hey, we actually... And that's right, there's another video when they talked about how she'd found the body and how, like, his throat was super messed up. I remember that. Cartoon says, my coffee is Pregananant by Blonde Wig Cat Flap. Yo. That sounds like that'd be a...
Hold on. We are copying and pasting that into the quote. The quote Discord channel. Hold on.
Dylan says, no coffee at my Starbucks by Caffeinated Hex.
Where's quotes? Where do you have quotes?
It's down under stream stuff. I probably should move that somewhere else. I don't know where. I need to like recategorize stuff on Discord. It's getting kind of messy again. Wait, so I'm trying to figure out, like, what was the context of... So Simon so supposedly he'd had a unique mirror made just for Hannah, but then he had two of them actually.
Right, and from assuming this is Eve, it sounds like Hannah.
That's right, because
found the wig, pretended to be Eve / maybe Helen.
Right, pretended to be Helen.
Right, and then he pulled out a gift that was exactly the one that she just got for Eve. That was exactly the same as the one Hannah just got. So basically, she got the same gift twice.
Right. Okay, so yeah, right, because he'd given it to Eve thinking it was Hannah, but then Hannah dressed up as Eve, who dressed up as Helen, who was Hannah, who got a mirror. Okay.
Yes.
And thus murder, as it always happens.
However, why was Eve there?
Well, so I think Eve was saying, because like it sounds like the way their house is set up is like Eve is like living there with Hannah, but it's like somewhere somewhat hidden. She's probably got like secret back walls she's like lurking around behind. I don't know. That's unclear, but somehow she was able to see the fight happen, or at least she's claiming she saw what happened. Because again, this is a case of having like 6 or 7 unreliable narrators all tell you the story. Like it's such a mess. But okay, so that's interesting. We figured out that Simon Dunn got cut on account of him giving out mirrors frivolously, which I believe is the death penalty in Belgium. So that this could, like, we might be figuring out like what country this actually is taking place in.
Gotcha.
Could it just be that Eve witnessed it, but was not the person Simon was talking to? Right. Yeah. So Eve basically saw Hannah talk. Like that's actually really interesting because Hannah disguised herself as Helen.
Right. Which we think is Eve, or like another alter ego of Eve.
Right.
Plays at the bar.
Yeah, because Eve kind of has like a second life, somewhat outside of being Hannah too, because she talks about how like she like meets up with other people and acts somewhat lascivious. Because I think she had the whole thing about how she was like trying really hard to get pregnant, meeting up with like an undetermined number of other people.
Up pregnant again. Search up pregnant.
Preggers.
Oh my. Stop.
It didn't work, Smo.
I hate
I can't believe
so
it.
much.
It is somehow like it's somehow like the grossest way to say it, and I don't know why that is, but it's...
There was one
pregnant?
with red. Try the second or third red one.
11 seconds. Let's see this real quick.
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Okay. And this one is...
It's Rapunzel. The story
Okay, so this
starts
is
when she's
the...
born. Mother Gothel, a witch.
Hold on. Hold on. Back it up a bit. Back it up about right there. Yep.
Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince.
Right.
Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
So Simon isn't dead. He's blind in the wilderness.
No, but that little flub she had.
Like
That
when
little-
she's like talking about like the timeline.
Yeah,
Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened.
but like what she's originally saying, Rapunzel was pregnant. Mother Gothel is furious. She cuts off her hair and then she changes it.
Throws
Throws
The reason
her-
I'm looking at this is because she's already proven that she uses stories all the time to kind of get away with telling us what happened, like with the song.
Right.
And hair is a little important. Okay, sorry. I'll think about that later.
Harry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What's
Jen
the last
says
one?
it's Pregonanant. Dylan says, am I pregnant? The last one?
Yes.
36 seconds.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi.
Eve.
Not a big crash,
Mm-hmm.
just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me.
Because Eve doesn't have one.
And I told him I
Right.
was pregnant. He made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine.
Of course it was.
The hospital must have details when I was looked at.
They
There's a scratch on the car.
would have details. It'd probably say that she's not actually pregnant. Right? Actually, I wonder if we can look up hospital. Hopsistable. How do you spell the place where you get not sicked? There we go. Hey, more entries. 2 seconds.
Ask the hospital.
Great. Thank you.
Eve was a little short there.
Elucidating.
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital.
Interesting. So she went out of her way to get into an accident in Glasgow as a way to like establish an alibi. Well, that implies that it wasn't like because that other bit Eve was saying like it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing where like Hannah just killed her or killed him
Mm-hmm.
like in the heat of the moment. But now they're saying there's this thing about like her being like in Glasgow like as it happened. It says it's spelled Krankenhaus.
Have we
Of
looked up
course.
Glasgow? Glass cannon?
Glasgow there. Gosh. Help. Glasgow.
I think it's
Oh, that's a lot of things.
Hey.
But did he die though? He did, I think, Tune. I don't know. Okay, 23
he did.
seconds.
I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I
Why?
finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
Okay, so let me write down real quick. I think we've pretty well determined that the red jacket is also Eve.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Lala. You're not late.
Hi, Lala.
You're here precisely when you meant to.
Yeah. We've solved 6 murders in the time that you were extremely late and well missed for.
That's true.
And also, hi. Thanks for coming.
We've got the 7th murder lined up. It's very similar to the first.
Yeah. Second verse, same as the first.
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from a payphone, and then headed back.
That seems like Hannah.
Yeah.
So at one point, did they switch on us?
Like during this particular interview?
Close out of this.
Let me...
Like, just a little window here so I can see the thumbnails.
Yeah. Like, they all have the hair the same way.
No.
Well, except for...
Yeah, when was this?
So this is 27/9/94, 2056, and then when she has her hair tied back, it's like an hour. Well, actually, it's like 10 minutes later, and she's got her hair kind of on her shoulder now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna state one had hair up and one had hair down with the red jacket.
Nonsense.
That's impossible.
That sounds like you're making that up, Lala.
Oh, no, wait, that's right. Hold on. I made that note. I said that red jacket equals heave. That's what that means, because it's Hannah and Eve. I already learned this and I forgot.
I thought you wrote that because you weren't sure.
Maybe.
Excuse me.
The point is that my brain is enormous. This game can't contain it. Dylan says there's such a thing as Occam's razor. What if they are identical twins that killed them, taking her place? I mean, that's kind of like... The thing is, like, it seems like Hannah and Eve are both, like, doing these interviews, but, like, they're both pretending to be Hannah as they take them. And so part of this is, like, trying to figure out, like, exactly when it's Hannah and when it's Eve. Yeah, white
shirt, yeah.
Yeah, the very last interview seems to be all Eve all day. But I literally took pictures of the screen with my phone to double check. It says Lala. Gray writing Cody can't even decipher. Look, I gotta make sure that if the serial killer breaks into my room and like tries to steal my notes, he doesn't understand them either. It's important.
It's true.
Since as a twin, you would know the person front to back. So what if the persona is slipping every now and then? I mean, I'm still not entirely convinced that there isn't just one person with an elaborate story in their brain. Hatun, Eve is the one that wore the blonde wig in order to masquerade as somebody named Helen, who apparently Simon thought he was cheating with on, maybe? Or at the very least, he was someone that he talked with at the bar and liked enough to give a unique mirror to. Unclear at this point. Eve also has a tattoo, yes. That's the other thing, is like there's a really clear distinction of like most of these videos, like they're always like wearing like suit coats or like some kind of like long sleeve thing to hide the tattoo that Eve has.
Yeah.
Maybe anyway. Is actually infertile instead of just thinking she's infertile. Right, yeah, there definitely seems to be a thing like where Eve like has definitely tried to get pregnant and I mean is either completely infertile or just bad luck. I don't know.
Can you look up baby or like after we watch these other two? But there's something that's...
I haven't looked up the word baby yet. That is on my list though.
Okay.
Then who's the person who had the miscarriage? So Hatun, it looks like Hannah Hannah was pregnant several years ago and had a miscarriage at the time. But then she has recently gotten pregnant again, probably within the last couple of months. And Eve has been trying to get pregnant so that she and Hannah can still match. But it seems like Eve is unable to get pregnant. That's kind of the context we have thus far. There's probably more to the stories, but as there always is with this game.
Yeah, that's Sam's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste.
Oh, Diane.
That time. You must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Hmm. So the watch conveniently broke upon his murder to show the time he died, right? That's probably the idea she's trying to press. There was a note I was going to write down. Diane. That's the name. Apparently of Peter's wife, who... Peter's the guy that runs the bar, so Diane probably also runs the bar. But I thought Susan was Peter's wife. Wait, who's Diane then? I definitely have the name Susan written down. They made the joke theory that we're the baby, but in the future watching this old interview with their mom and... Yeah, I'd be like, oh, jeez, these crazy hoes. But... Let's see here, 5 seconds.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Okay. iTunes says Eric's wife? Oh, right. No, yeah, Eric was the... Wait, hold. I got that confused.
Eric
Diane
was the one yeah, Diane is Eric.
Yeah, and then Peter and Susan are the bar. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
I conflaborated myself, as they say.
Cat flaborated.
Okay, so what was the next word we wanted to look up?
Baby.
Baby.
It's a baby.
Like that Justin song that everyone likes.
So we did look up baby.
Okay, we did look up baby, I guess, or somehow we've at least found the first 5 of the 17 entries.
Hold on. The last 2. That one, the one, yeah.
No,
play this one.
Say. 1 minute and 13 seconds. That's a lot of my attention you're wanting.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags.
Bin bag.
Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Interesting. So that was the discovery. Also, Anonymous, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I don't know if you're watching the stream or if you just happen to subscribe it. Hey.
Anonymous.
Okay, so that is the supposed discovery of the body by Heave.
Okay.
So, also old stuff, sad stuff about the baby.
Oh, that's right. We have the history. Can you click on the history right quick?
History's mysteries.
Let's scroll down just kind of slowly through here. That's the beginning. There we go. Arms, down, and up, body, guitar, vibrate. Okay, so Florence was today. Scroll back up.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, never mind. Maybe I'm misremembering something.
It's getting to you.
Yeah.
You tried the word divorce. That's actually not a bad word to try. Let me make a note of that in my sweet handwriting that I already can't read what that is.
Yeah, after this one.
A singular word. By the Eve herself. No way you put Akachan. Think this British PC is gonna know what that means. Hatun, don't question my methods. I'm like the Detective Conan of the West. I understand these things better than you.
Winter says,
45 seconds.
Did you try knock? Did you try knock or code for the knock code?
I mean, we haven't looked up knock code specifically, but somebody in last week's stream did explain to us what knock code is. I think, Smo, you even like pulled up something about that, didn't you?
I think I did, yeah. Let me see if I can...
So, I mean, we could try to, like, decipher what the knocks are. That's probably going to be special words, maybe. But... Or maybe Winter mentioned tap codes last week. Inspector Gadget looking. Thank you. I do have a sweet hat propeller, you're right.
This is part of you being in control. I'm sending this your way.
No, don't.
Yep.
Hatun says it wasn't that winter. Hatun, it is winter, you're correct. You're
No.
remembering the seasons well. Tap code.
I looked it up, but Winter mentioned it, yes.
Let me copy this link. You open this up. Okay, so Wikipedia, I know that you want my money, but I don't. No. You take away my paranormal articles. Oh no, knock code requires me to learn letters.
What do you...
I fear those.
Okay, so one hand would be... Yeah, they're different. Okay. Row first, then column. How do we get to knock code portions? Do you remember what videos those were?
The ones I found so far I've labeled rap tap tap.
Oh, okay.
So we can find them. Lawless sent a frowny face, and so did Hatun.
Oh wow.
What happened? Why is everyone so mad? Smo, what did you say?
Oh no.
Can't believe you do this.
Let's
watch the divorce one real quick, I guess, but then maybe we can try to figure out the tap code thing.
Yeah, that was past Smo. No idea what he does.
Yeah. Cleared of all charges as your evil twin.
Yep.
Yo, is this game actually about an evil twin? Is this like every soap opera finally getting their time in the sun? Proving that it's never Smo, it's always great. Not Lala. That's rude. That can't be true. I refuse.
I was eating a cookie, dang it.
Princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical.
Mm-hmm.
We were the princesses.
Sure.
We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Oh, right. That did happen. But... So that's about Princess Diana's divorce, but I mean, that still
Right.
kind of shows that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, it kind of shows that Hannah and Eve definitely have like this really warped perception of like their place in the universe.
I believe in the modern time we would say main character syndrome. I believe.
Huh?
Write down the word mirror, but look up coffee.
Mirror.
Mirror, yes.
Mirror.
Like.
And then
mare.
coffee pregnant. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Toon also says it's always great. I am sensing some kind of conspiracy against me, the most important person here.
Isn't your existence a conspiracy?
No, my existence is what the universe rotates around. Dagnabbit.
Okay.
You all need to respect me more. Let's see, 14 seconds for a mirror.
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
Okay, so she's hiding the fact that she may have broken a mirror and used it to cut a man, which is fair.
I mean, who hasn't? Who hasn't really?
I mean, we all have a stabbing mirror, right, in our closet,
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well, I have an emergency stabbing mirror in my bathroom.
That's good. That's a good place to put it.
Yeah, it's like one of
I
those.
never suspected.
It's like one of those emergency fire things, fire extinguishers. They have to break the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It makes sense. That's main character syndrome. Impossible. Look, when you're
Okay.
stating truthisms, it can't be a syndrome. Gotta make sure to feel pain for every second the universe revolves around you. It's so rude, Toon. I put gravity inside the earth so that you could all not float away. You should be grateful.
I'm surprised you're
Another
not
crystalline
floating away with all
crystallized.
that hot air.
No. Don't worry. I wear lead boots in order to keep my inflated ego from carrying me off.
Okay, good.
Let's see, another 18-second clip.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so they have the mirror bagged up as evidence after the previous discussion, like from the previous interview.
Yeah.
And so it's like, no, look, the mirror he gave me is right here. But it was the other mirror that what got smashed it and shankified with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but so they have the mirror as evidence, and she still likes the mirror, apparently.
Yep.
She's like, oh. Imagine not liking your own reflection for some mysterious reason.
Can I get a kofefe, please, as the next search term or favor?
Yeah. I know how to spell coffee. Yeah, it's a bunch of... Hey, it's exactly 5. Neat.
Right.
7 seconds.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
That's Eve.
Okay, that's probably Eve. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually going to be a good point though, because I wonder if you can tell who they are based on the coffee they get. Maybe that's like a little thing.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Well, that's Eve too, though. That's probably the one where she talks about the coffee being bad for babies or whatever. 4 seconds.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Ah, they like different. They like different things, though. So Eve doesn't like sugar with her coffee, but Hannah does, apparently. Hannah likes sweet. Eve
Do we have this
equals
backwards?
bitter. Impossible. Could it be?
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
I mean, the last one I had hair down and said Sirma and sugar. Lol, are you feeling okay? Toon says, is there a chance that Hannah thinks she is infertile after her miscarriage? Well, I think... Well, no, because Hannah is pregnant again, right? Unless it was Eve that had the miscarriage. Have you tried loathe, similar to the hate?
So this is why I'm getting thrown off, because... So, the idea that, oh, you can have 1 cup of coffee, I think that's a red herring. I think she actually knows I should not have coffee for said baby. After a miscarriage, she would probably know everything there is about keeping that baby healthy. I mean...
Right.
So, the reason I say that is because every one of those things said coffee except the one we thought was Eve, and she said water. So is it exactly as Hatun says in Twitch, is Eve pregnant?
Can you get pregnant? Maybe. So maybe Eve is the one that's pregnant the whole time? Even though Eve is the one like most vehemently saying that she's not the pregnant one, it seems like in a lot of the context. Unless Hannah's the one with the tattoo and we've been like super backwards from the very start. I think we just assumed that Eve had the tattoo because she'd be wild and...
I think that might be a red herring. I don't know why. That seems super weird. Can you look up water?
Put a pin in it. The water?
Yeah, just water.
Sure. There's nothing. Fine.
No, okay, it's just the one. Okay.
Just boring person. Well,
Like,
actually, yeah, because tattoo ladies don't ask for water.
Tea? It's UK.
Tea?
Mm-hmm.
That is too much tea.
So UK, is there ever?
Could I have a cup of tea?
Okay, so short sleeve blue shirt is Hannah.
Okay.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just 1 sugar.
Yeah, 24.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom, and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. Eleanor?
Eleanor. How do I spell Eleanor? Oh well. We'll never know. So that was a lot of interesting information, though. This is basically like her version of like recounting what happened after she comes back from Glasgow. It's like, I don't know, Simon was just disappeared.
She came to the police?
Yeah, so she's the one, like, basically after like she realizes like Simon's been gone like for like she was gone all like from the time she came back yesterday to like whenever she like woke up the next morning. Like he's basically just like vanished, and so that's when she decided to contact the police. And it makes sense. Thank you, Lala, for knowing how to spell.
Based on that story, not on the more horrific version of the events where she was.
Right. Well, I mean, this is her still trying to talk her way out of actually having been present at all. This is like she's like, no, well, I was in Glasgow. Like, I didn't know anything about anything. Like, it must have been a burglar.
But he found the body.
Right, but that's a different interview. Like, Red Jacket was the day she found the body. And this is now a different interview, a different day, when she's trying to more thoroughly explain like why she didn't call soon about Simon being missing, probably. And why she didn't like search the whole house and find his body sooner. That's why she's like, well, I didn't search the whole house. He obviously wasn't here because he wasn't in the living room or the bedroom. And his shoes were gone.
I just find it weird that you would go to the police after committing a murder.
Well, you have to do, like, especially like if you're the spouse of a person, like once they've been missing they can only be missing for so long before like it's super sus if you don't say anything. That's the thing, right?
Sure, but you could say like my husband is missing, not hey, I found his body.
Well, that's what she did say. Like the very first interview is a missing person case. Like the very first one, she's describing him and saying he's gone.
Gotcha. And
then it's the second interview when she's like, hey, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so initially it's just a missing person case, and then it becomes a murder when she, finally, quote unquote, finds the body a couple of days later.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, she was probably trying to get as much time on that body as possible to like muddle the exact time of death, so that her alibi would pass for being in Glasgow at the time her watch was smashed, kind of thing. It's actually pretty clever. Like, I'm not saying I've committed a lot of murders, but like, this is a pretty good way to get away with it.
Things just feel too... I mean, obviously we know, but like even her recollection feels too convenient. Like her actions and I don't know.
That's probably why they kept bringing her in for interviews, because they're probably like, oh yeah, this lady knows something. Like that's actually the weirdest part of this whole thing is the fact that like, I mean, I guess at this point we have to assume that she wasn't arrested by the end of all this, and or well maybe Hannah ends up being like, if Hannah actually is the person that physically is the murderer, maybe Eve doesn't get arrested. I don't know. Because this is like weird, like we're somehow accessing these files years later to
right,
like whatever character we are exactly in this whole thing. Except, well, no, that was Florence's story. I was gonna say because Florence always had like firstborn girls or whatever in her family. Dylan says the
That's-
first 24 hours is the most
that's-
important, also missing.
That's
Not a lot of
Florence's story from Eve's perspective.
Yeah, that was Eve telling Florence's story. But no, yeah, Dylan. So basically, like, last time when we played the game, last time when we played the game, the very first interview that we see with Hannah. Now, as far as like chronologically, the earliest one we've seen, like she's giving a missing persons report for her husband Simon, and then the second interview sequentially is when she discovers the body, quote unquote, and reports it to the police. And then I think there's like 5 or 6 days total as far as like interviews in terms of like outfits that change. Is there something else you're thinking, Smo?
No.
Oh, try the
continue.
word missing. I see. We could try the word missing.
Sure.
Let's finish up these last couple of
yeah.
teas just to see. I think there's probably just real quick ones, but
Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
and it's minute 30. Honey.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack.
Ah, that's
I shouted
rehearsed as
out
hell.
For him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there.
Oh, that's like word for
Then
word.
I had a shower.
Yeah.
Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Yes, that is like a word for word recount.
Yeah, a rehearsal.
Yes. I
Why
mean,
are there two cups?
2 cups? What do you mean?
Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
She keeps ordering more tea. It's another sign of lying, honestly. Like if you're nervous, you want to like keep like holding something, and so she's probably just drinking tons of tea. Tune says, but is Eve the reason why Hannah killed Simon? I mean, probably in roundabout sense, because if Hannah, I mean, it's a weird scenario because like basically, if Eve was Helen, then Eve was trying to make Simon fall in love specifically with her and not just her as Hannah, kind of. Try the word missing. Lords plus the machine. Maybe? Not a lot, only 1 or 2. Hold it. You said both order coffee. She asked for tea. Did I? I don't know what I said.
Yeah, there
We
was
did watch
a
a clip
point.
where Eve, I think, said that. Huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
We did watch a clip where Eve, I think, said that Hannah stood up wearing the wig, and when Simon gave her a mirror, and that set her off, and Hannah slashed his throat. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, Hannah realized that Eve was seeing Simon behind her back, essentially, as somebody else. And then she got extra mad when she realized that Simon was giving Helen the same kind of gift that he'd given Hannah. Essentially implying that Helen was just as special in his mind. We could
Can
look
we
up...
confirm if the hospital search was...
We did look up the word hospital already, but...
Right, but... Like... I feel like one of them would have had to... Like, granted that she's not lying, because there doesn't seem to be any fight back against it. But, like... If she's saying, go check the hospital... Like, I figured she's not just, like... you know, like, I figured that the hospital would actually have records, so...
Right. Well, I mean, the only
I feel
evidence
like-
that we have access to is the interviews. So, like, we don't know if they did, like,
Right.
follow-up, like... I mean, we could look up... Actually, I do want to look up the word missing real quick just to see. But
I feel
we
like
could also
one of-
look up the word record, but...
Yeah. Maybe one of them wasn't there.
Right. Or Simon was
Maybe-
leaving Hannah for Helen, maybe. Maybe. 28 seconds.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple.
Oh, so she...
I know it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's...
Right, okay, so... That's it. So she's me, like, very first time she contacted them, she basically gave them the bare minimum, like, no, he's gone, he's missing, I don't know. It's so weird. And now she's elaborating on the story to further preserve her innocence, I guess. Oh, that's weird.
This feels like a jump scare video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records?
They totally know.
Wait. Wasn't that the same outfit with the tattoo, or am I crazy? No, it's not. It's not. It was a different color blue. It was a different color blue.
Yeah, there's like a floral blue, and then there's like the solid blue.
Oh, right.
They are kind of similar looking. Especially like when they're just like in the thumbnail version.
Right.
Not that this thumbnail has one, but okay, so
Maybe
that
blood.
is interesting.
Did we search that before?
I can't remember if we did actually. Let's see here. Nope, definitely not. 13 seconds.
Nothing like this has ever happened to me before.
Yeah.
The blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
I mean, sure. Actually, that's probably fair. Coming across a body in your basement is probably a singular experience.
Yeah.
Whether or not you put the body there, like, I don't know. 48 seconds.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. Only worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said.
Oh.
But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation.
Of course it is.
So,
Why wouldn't it be a cremation? Second cup is full of sugar cubes.
Okay.
Oh, so she's like adding more sugar to the tea. Ah, okay. Atuna is smart and pays attention to drinks for some reason.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know. Some weird fixation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hobby,
Something she
probably.
just can't get away from.
It was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. instead.
It's the thing. That's Eve confessing. Like, the final interview is Eve just spilling all the beans. So that's something we know for sure. Another $50, please. I'm racking up a real tab right now.
She was sat behind him. She had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
Yeah, sure. Wait, Lala says Florence plus the machine?
It's
Machine? Ah, Lala, you've led me astray.
it's a band.
It's a band?
Yeah.
It's making a joke. I don't know about music.
I was
don't
about to say
understand.
something and you started typing. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let him go through this. Lala will tell him.
Look, if it doesn't play in an elevator, I've never heard of it. So, let's see.
Oh, you hurt me, Gray.
Let's look up Eric real quick, because Eric Dunn did a kill somewhere. I'm sure of it.
Error.
SMKH. I love SMK. How'd you know? That's a lot of Eric.
He was wearing
This is the report.
the blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
But wait, wasn't it in the house? No, the coat wasn't.
Well, because she said that it wasn't on the peg.
Okay.
In her at least like in her well-rehearsed statement, she says it wasn't on the peg. But
Right.
Time to Flood Gray's mentions with Florence and the Machine songs. I think you're all pretending to know what this band is, because there's no way that more than one person ever heard of such a weird band.
Florence and the Machine was. Is that early 2000s or 90s? I don't remember.
I've never heard of any such thing. There's never been a band with the word machine in it, ever. Impossible. She? Florence is a she?
Yeah.
Now you're just really making up nonsense on the fly. 2000s.
2000s. Okay. Thank you.
That's ancient history, Hatun. I was not but a babe in this.
That was the last time I heard the name. For FF15.
Rage Against the Machine.
No, not Rage.
Irrelevant. Do you think like are Rage Against the Machine like bitter rivals of Florence because she works with the machines? Was there like a whole like underground like band fight happening somewhere they didn't know about?
I doubt it.
Do you think they would have street brawled if they like ran into each other like in a back alley?
No, I think they kept apart because they knew if they combined forces, it would be terrible.
She did cover Stand By Me for the opening 15.
Yep.
I think Stand By Me is a movie, isn't it?
Grayson, just play the videos. Just play the
just
play the
real
videos.
Confused, guy.
Just play the videos.
You're really messing with me.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at The Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It was just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Yes, this is all like the missing.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back. Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
Yeah, wise. Don't spend beyond your means. 11 seconds.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Diane, it's a sign.
And tell us your secrets.
Hey, that's the number of entries.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Okay.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
I like fennel.
Smell, you're a fennel eater?
Love fennel. It's like, it's funny because you see fennel and you think like, oh man, this looks like big old celery or whatever, and then you eat it and it's like, oh wait, no, this is good.
Yeah, God, it just tastes like big old celery.
Celery has a very distinct taste that I don't think fennel has.
I've never even seen a fennel. I don't know if it exists. I literally don't know if I can even picture what fennel is. I've heard the word before. I assumed it was something that rabbits ate.
No, fennel is like, you know, fennel seeds. I think is what you would normally be for like licorice, but fennel itself is like little. I don't even know how to explain it. Like little stocky things, and when you cook them up and chop them up, they I guess they look more like almost the end of onions. I don't know. They can kind of look like it. Anyway, fennel's good. I like fennel.
Fair. Vegetables do not even grow on your area, Gray. I've heard of vegetables. I ate a broccoli today.
Just
I'm
one
set
broccoli?
for the month. Just one.
One whole
I don't like broccoli. I like cauliflower better.
You know what's really good? Cauliflower steaks. You take like a slice of cauliflower and you put some Montreal steak seasoning on it. Some olive oil. Done. It's good stuff there.
Maybe. That could be true. But then you have to sauce it.
The olive oil.
Rules of vegetables.
Montreal steak seasoning and the olive oil wouldn't do it.
That's too much. That's too much flavor.
Okay.
Destroying the precious cauliflower.
I'm sorry. I forgot what VTuber main color is going on over there.
How could you? Wallo's hungry now because you keep talking about all these cauliflower steaks. Cauliflower pizza is, you know, I had a cauliflower pizza recently actually for the first time. It was like really like it was good. It was really weird because like it just like looked like pizza, but then I was like, this doesn't quite taste like it. It's like weird.
Yeah, that's actually anytime we get frozen pizza here, it is cauliflower crust pizza. I think it tastes better than normal frozen pizza. Like there's something about the crispiness of the crust that just works better.
Yeah, it was like it was like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just cause like it's like definitely different, but like at the same time it's like it tasted more, you know, bready than I thought it would. Like considering like it's actually cauliflower. Like it was weird.
It's almost a little mealy. Maybe what you're thinking about, like the crust is almost like grainy but like not grainy in an unpleasant way, but just kind of like the texture is just like, a little off. It's like a touch off, and it's like messes with you a bit.
Yeah, because like it just like it hits that weird like part of my brain. It's like because like it still looks like a pizza, but then like it's like what? Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I liked it, but it was like the whole time I was eating, it's like what is this?
It's like I can tell it's different, and it's cauliflower, but like not really. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Oh man, I had freaking. That's the other thing. I had spaghetti squash for lunch today with like a vegan bolognese. I went to like a really weird vegetarian restaurant with a coworker.
Sounds really good.
It was good, but it was that same kind of thing of like it's like it looks like spaghetti, but it's obviously squash, and my brain was like at war, like being like, what is impossible. This cannot be.
I haven't had good butternut squash in a while. Maybe I'll yell at my dad to make me some. It makes like, ugh. It's actually what I used to eat as a baby, apparently. Instead of baby food. It would just make me mash butternut squash.
I mean, butternut squash is delicious. Trying to access the squash from within the impenetrable armor of the case is something I never have the patience for. But maybe that's just me. Anyway, let's listen to her get on her guitar again.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. They get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Interesting. Lala had cauliflower pizza once. Exciting.
And then Lala died.
Yeah, that was the end. I can't remember if I think we did look up Susan actually. So I think we looked up Peter and Susan maybe. Let's double check Peter. Okay, yes, we got him done. That's the bar people. We did specifically look up Helen once. Oh, there was. I wanted to look up Bruce because like one of them did have a black eye at some point.
I think we did look it up at one point, but
maybe we already did. Okay. Parent. That was another word I wrote down. That's a couple. That's 18. Wow.
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. The miscarriage and then my parents.
Both? It is interesting the way like the lighting like reacts to like the music of the game sometimes. Kind of indicate important moments.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back.
They moved back into the same house?
Felt like I went back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
That's definitely an important detail that they were living in the same house when Eve was a kid, and Hannah, I guess, is
Yeah.
originally. I'd love to if we get hold of like. Let me see. Let me check the deep. Oh, we've actually. Okay. We're making progress.
Mm-hmm.
There's still huge swaths of story that we're missing.
It seems
Apparently,
like
we've seen the very final video, but
it seems like the confession is the big block that
Right.
we're missing there.
right. I think we got like the song. It looks like, and then also got some of the beginning stuff.
No, because I think Gray Shirt would have been the very end.
Yeah.
The song was with a blue shirt.
Oh, maybe. That could be true. We're starting to fill. This is gonna take a while to fill in, though. It's impossible.
I'm down to run this next Friday too.
We
Since we're
may
running
end up
close
having
on
to
time.
like. We'll see how much more we can get tonight, but
Yeah.
I just kind of want to like look up the parents a little bit, see what it comes up with. A little bit extra. Try and like look for other keywords.
When I was at school, I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything, though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Mm-hmm.
Use your
No
die.
tills.
Yeah.
The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen, you can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need.
Like dead bodies of husbands.
Dad used to grow mushrooms there.
Yo, trippy.
The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
Hmm.
Wait. Hold on.
What? Nothing important there.
Orange Shirt was like second interview?
Yeah, maybe.
That's the same
Actually,
one
it
where
may
we
have been third, but anyway.
Isn't that the one where we checked Bruise and she touched the wrong side? Because if so, did they
Maybe?
switch really, really early on?
Well, the thing is,
Like-
like, it seems like Red Jacket they switched mid-interview, maybe. Because, like, it seems like Red Jacket's been, like, the most, like, ambiguous in terms of, like, which one it is. But,
I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know. The Bruise thing is throwing me off because it's like it's there, and then the next time it is brought up, she touches the wrong side, meaning it's, you know, Eve, Hannah,
Right.
whichever. So if Hannah comes in first with the Bruise, then whatever happens where they... Yeah. And then, like, in between that video and this, I guess they would have switched. So
Right.
maybe they never did switch with the orange jacket? And it's
Maybe.
just been Eve the whole time?
could be. But I
'Cause
think,
you'd
well,
figure-
part of it, though, was, like... Well, part of it was, like, because, like, I think the first time they mentioned, like, her bruise, and she's like, oh, yeah, I got hit. And then the next time, I think the implication, like, for the second time was, like, they were saying, like, oh, it looks like your bruise got better. And then she touches the wrong part. It's like, oh, yeah, it's all healed up. Like,
Yeah, it's like the metabolism kind of thing, and it's like...
yeah, so I think those were separate interview days. But I'm trying to remember what the context was, because you can't look up Bruise to find those two videos, apparently.
You couldn't? I thought we did.
Well, Bruise only comes up with one entry.
I
So
thought
only
that
one
was
of the videos
where
that she... Yeah, oh, yeah, that's one where she's like, oh, yeah, the bruise, and then whatever, but... And we could go back to that one in a second if you'd like. And double check that.
Maybe I? Like...
Yeah, we could maybe try that.
Thing was wrong.
Oh, wait, no, that's the same one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's everything for Dad. Let me... So... Brew is... Oh, wait, there's a bunch for Brews, apparently. Oh, she talks about... Brews.
She's talking about the end of the night.
Maybe.
Bruce. Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my
This is all one
kitchen,
day.
and the chair slipped, and I kind of hit the door with my face. We hurt like hell.
And that was 6:25. And then by 6:27, so 2 days later.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body.
So...
Unless it's when you take my advice for listing outfits and dates. Shush.
Shush, Lala. Bruise is missing. No Bruise is found the body. And then from there on out, there's no Bruise.
Right.
Have we just been dealing with...
I mean, the song implies that maybe Hannah killed Simon, but then maybe Eve killed Hannah. I mean, assuming, I don't know. Is the red jacket Hannah? It's been unclear because I feel like there's things that the red jacket said that were very Hannah-like, but unsure. Nothing about mom. Interesting. Mother? Lots for mother. Darn Brits.
Are we gonna have to check up next, Mum?
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
She's looking at Rorschach's and just like reading her life story.
Exactly. It's like
and that's when she starts telling the whole story of Rapunzel, looking at the one photo. So.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Oh, because Eve was obsessed with being a palindrome. And so she
I thought Hannah was
Eve,
also...
Eve, yeah, they're both palindromes.
Oh,
but
but Eve pretending to be Hannah was mentioning the palindrome.
Right, she was like really into it. She's like, yeah, it's spelled the same way forwards and backwards, and she's like, isn't that so cool? Yeah. And Hannah's like, that's not cool at all. But
well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story? It's a real life fairy tale.
And then she goes off into the thing. Let's look up Mum. Aha. You laughed, but I got context.
I did laugh, but hey.
Never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed.
See, it's flashing because it's like every time like Eve kind of like recounts something like from her past, it's like, man, that is not a normal childhood.
Yeah.
The lights get all flickery sad.
Look up Ava. Okay, no, it's just the one. Okay.
Okay, still the same one. Just want to make sure you get all the iterations. So they kept up a charade. Indeed. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, actually, you know, real quick. Like, maybe like for the last thing we do tonight, let's figure out rap tap tap real quick. Because I did pull up the thing on a side paper or a side window. These are the two tap codes we found so far.
Hold on. Do the last one.
This one?
Because that's the one, yeah, because this is where she's explaining it, right?
Right.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learn from the
Is there like a way to pause these?
code.
There really isn't, is there?
Send secret messages
Space
by
doesn't do anything.
tapping out a code that we'd learn.
Well, kind of.
And just kicks you out. Sorry, give me a second. I'm gonna have like a notepad or something here so I can write down.
Oh, sure. If we can kind of keep track of the. I mean, I might be able to dot it out quickly enough, but maybe if we're both doing it, we can. Quick time for screen records as well.
It's not gonna be dots. I think it's gonna be.
At least like the way they present it on Wikipedia, it's like dots. Basically, it's like the dots come in two sets. The first set of dots represents the column. The second, and the second set of dots means row. But anyway.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
Were you able to keep track of that?
No, I was like, the way she's doing it is really throwing me off.
It's really fast. The very first. So I got the very first letter, which was a B, but it's gonna take a hot second. Go back and watch your YT stream. I could.
When we weren't together, we'd send. We tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
Okay, that was 5 and 4, which is a Y. So we have BY. Probably OB will be next. Hold on. So that's B, Y. That's V, I think.
So that was B, and then I thought that was like 5-4 or something like that.
Yeah, 5-4 would be a Y. So that's BY.
No,
And
5-4
then
5-4 would be U.
wait, are we reading it backwards from each other?
It is column and row, right?
Right,
First,
yeah.
No. Row, then column.
Right, row
First
then
as-
column.
Right, so row would be... Okay, I'm doing it backwards. I see. Column. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm
trying
reading
to
it
translate
backwards
later.
here. Yeah.
Like, how do they keep them when they weren't together as a team? Great question. Okay, so let's... So that was a 4... Wait. Oh, that's like more
It's
taps
so
than I can like hear.
Yeah, it's so fast that I'm like, hold on. Is there a... Hold on.
Like
Go
this
ahead
might
and,
be like a...
Go ahead and play it. Back it up. Yeah, she's doing it so fast.
It's either 4-2 or 5-2, but neither of those really... Like, I'm trying to like... Hold on.
Was that... I'm trying to hear the fourth tap string.
Yeah,
I
like
can't
my
tell if
brain
it's
like...
3 or 4. My brain is throwing me off if it's 3 or 4 taps.
Really tend to watch back your YT stream and do like half speed after the stream.
Yeah, basically.
I might, I guess. I could. I mean, actually, hold on. I wonder... Can I...
Are you gonna cheat?
Oh, I can actually do a slowed down version of my stream while it's live even.
Oh, okay.
If I want to get... Oh, don't... Oh, but then I'm gonna go mad listening to my own echoes. Jeez. Okay, I can't do that. That's gonna... Okay, I might have to like post stream try like listen to that really carefully. Wowzers, that's gonna... Cause yeah, that just like is tapping so fast. I just can't keep track of that. But there's definitely some important messages being going on there.
And those two, at least those two that we found.
Right. But okay, so that's a whole thing.
Yep. I think that might be a good place to call it for the evening.
Yeah, it is getting a wee bit late.
Yeah.
We could sit here and... I say we could sit here for like 30 minutes and try to figure that out. That's gonna drive everybody crazy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. What's going on tomorrow, Gray?
Tomorrow is Saturday, the happiest of days. So how are you doing?
I don't know. I mean, I've got some work to do in the morning, or morning afternoon, as far as getting stuff together here at the house. But I was more asking for what may be happening during the evening.
The evening? Oh, sure. great question. What's tomorrow? The 16th. I think we're playing Elden Ring. That's the one.
Elden. Okay.
I think. Pretty sure.
Okay.
I feel like there was some.
Are you not
Was
doing
that-
Sunday this week? Is that some for your mom or something like that? Or was that last week? I don't remember.
I need to look up. I feel like there was something happening this weekend. I think it was Sunday.
Mhm.
I got to double check that. I can't remember.
Okay.
Like, I'm terrible. Oh, it's Lala's birthday tomorrow.
No, yeah, I
So
meant
how could-
Lala's mom's birthday is tomorrow, but there was also something for you on Sunday, wasn't there?
There was potentially going to be something Sunday. I think. I think this weekend is clear. I think it's next. Well, I mean next weekend. The weekend after is going to be all Christmas or whatever that is. I
Okay.
forget. But I think this weekend is fine. Next weekend is probably going to be irregular on streamings. I don't know.
Okay. For the next couple weeks, I'm also gonna be kind of weird with my streaming. I'll try to make the co-streams and everything, but the solo streams are still gonna be up in the air for these next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So that is fair. Yeah, I mean,
What's
it's kind of
Yeah, go ahead.
that's how holidays kind of happens. So
Yeah. What's going on Wednesday for us?
Wednesday, I believe, is going to be One Piece live action, and then maybe
Yay.
Nichijou. We were thinking to watch along to kind of fill the same-ish kind of amount of time we've been doing for anime nights.
Sure. Sounds good.
Like roughly an hour and a half seems to kind of be what we do. So watch like an hour-long episode of One Piece, then a 20-minute thing of Nichijou.
Yeah.
Gray got to get festive for 14. Maybe. Gray doesn't even know his own schedule. Shocking. But too, and I know so many things. My brain is filled.
filled with smooth.
Look, my brain is supple
Oh yeah,
and
that's right.
elastic.
Sunday's
Something
my
going on?
mother's birthday.
Your mother's?
Yeah, my mother.
Casp.
Yeah, 17th. 17th.
Oh boy. Better not forget. I hope you have your present.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her a trophy of an alien.
Man, that's a good gift.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she'll be thrilled and not at all confused. So many mom birthdays. Well, I mean, everybody like most moms are born in December. Like, little known fact.
If you're born in December,
You might be a mom.
you might be. There's a chance you might be a mom. I mean, yeah. Correct.
Tune, don't accuse me of having koala brain. That feels like you're intending to insult me. I don't care for it.
Do you eat very low nutrition food and die?
I mean, it's a lot of packaged ramen, so that's probably true.
Okay, well there you go.
I mean, I put like cabbage in the ramen, so I think that counts as a vitamin. So Tune's mom was born in August. Ah. That explains a lot. And Lala's not getting a mom gift. Gasp. Unless it does it. Like, you know what they say about the children of August moms? It's a well-known saying. I don't even have to rehearse it. We all know it together. There you go, like food in a can. Honestly, like tasty treats, and that's something like I've started doing a lot recently, like last few years at least. Like if I don't know what to get somebody, like you just get them like kind of like a fancy candy or like a fancy snack, or it's like the kind of like things like like people don't usually buy it for themselves, and then you get it for them. It's like a treat. It's kind of a fun thing. But
yeah.
anyway,
So yeah, good place to end it, I guess.
sure. I think we've
Yeah.
just about cracked the code.
Yep.
And at the current pace we're collecting video segments, we'll be done in another 4 weeks.
I don't know. We've got quite a bit of like, I don't know. It's very like, our knowledge of the situation is very spread out.
Right. The problem with this one is like I'm trying to figure out is like, do we only end the game when we get every single box filled in? There's
No.
like a special video we're waiting for that like solves everything and we win forever.
I think it's once you find a specific set of videos and something will happen. You will know, like something will pop up on you.
Okay.
Not like a jump scare or anything, but something will just kind of go like, hey.
Ghostface grabs us from behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. But cool.
Yeah.
Do you think if we win Mirror Game? Because the game's called Mirror Game. We solved it, Smo.
Yeah.
We just have to put the numbers into the mirror in the video.
Uh-huh.
And then we smash the mirror. We use it to fend off Eve. And we have to find Susan, and that's the key. Solved it. Looks like Gray's another never-ending game on his end. Shush it too. When you're have to figure. Oh no! We have to figure out another game. Oh no!
Oh, after we're done with this one?
Yeah. I'm guessing I probably still have to like. Does this count as my turn, or do I still have to like find something else to play?
I mean, if we do another small game, then I can pick that one up. But if it's like a bigger game, then yeah, that's on you, buddy.
Drat. What's like? Does anybody know a game that's like just barely long enough to count as my turn? Like, what's like a good like 7.5 hour game?
All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow, because I'm about to beat. I'll you know. Anyway, so what do we?
Great play FF12. I like that game. I feel like based on the comments I hear, though, nobody else likes it. So I don't know if that'd go over well.
Not the game. It's just like most of the characters kind of boring.
I know it's every single character in that game is so lovable. It's hard to choose which one's your favorite. I get it.
Yeah, it's either Chewbacca or Han Solo or I don't think that character has I guess maybe Luke, but like older Luke, not younger Luke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't even know what their Star Wars, you know, like.
I mean, if you're saying that
Mirror
Penelo
would
is
be.
just like Luke, you're right.
Well, you know that's.
And
not what I
then-
meant.
And then Vaughn is Padme, or Leia, whatever. I don't know, whichever one it is.
All right. Well, you know, show up tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain for Elden Ring tomorrow before I murder my friend here.
Oh
Before
man,
I-
and we get
before-
to hang out with all the other great waifus in that game. Speaking of Hatun,
Gray's waifu is the best. Yeah,
yeah,
Gray's waifu
Naturally.
are trash. I don't even
No,
know
no,
what
no,
they
no.
are, but they're trash.
I'm gonna make a list that's exclusively your waifu, Spawn. You're gonna feel so embarrassed.
Do you even know my waifus? You could probably guess a couple of them. I mean, it's not like like one of them I have a statue of that is not visible behind me, but it was. If anybody remembers.
Is it it's the that one. Yeah, you know.
Mhm.
Good old what's her name?
Yeah, I know yours is what, Twilight Sparkle?
Sure, why not? No.
Uh,
How
all
dare. The one
Alright,
with the
guys.
girl shape. Yeah, Lala gets it. You know, it's that one that's a girl.
The one that's a girl. All right,
Jen's not a waifu. WTF. Sorry, Jen. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here.
Wow. All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye. Have good nights.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.